Done like
Air.
80 something. Congratulations.
We are now, and if you guys go to to uh, to Twitch, you can see my new interface for our chats.
Nice.
Do you see it?
Lovely. There you go.
And
It's like Hollywood Squares, but you know, different.
so the fun thing is I can dial in any one of us. So let's see, Mike, say something.
Okay. What am I saying? Something important? Does it have to be important? I
No,
don't do well under pressure, man.
no. Uh, it just I flipped your camera. Are you looking at Twitch? Because I just flipped your camera and I've got a Sackbot
I have
avatar.
not yet.
Okay, so I've got Clayton, and I want to change the name of one of these guys.
Very nice. Oh, look
Um,
at that.
Peter, how do you want me to spell out your name? Because I've been basically just putting our names on these, but it's not necessary
I
if you
put,
would rather not.
I might put it in the chat. Yeah.
Yeah. Peter
Okay,
Reynolds. Yep.
okay. So I don't see Adam. I don't see Mark. So I guess I'm gonna go
Not
ahead
yet.
and. Uh,
You running this bad boy on a delay?
Um, well, there's a little bit of a delay just naturally
Yeah,
because
it's
of the
just how
Twitch stream.
Twitch is.
Yeah,
Sure, sure.
yeah.
I think
Um,
on mine because we run every Monday we do a podcast called IMR or In Medias
mhm.
Res, and we run ours intentionally on a 20-second delay in case we say something colossally stupid and we
Uh,
kill the feed.
Oh, we do that anyway.
yeah,
My
that's
my
funny.
business partner worked in broadcasting for a long, long time, and he's like, no, 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 this is the deal breaker. If I don't have my delay,
Yeah.
I'm not doing this. Okay.
You don't understand, man.
It's still Wonderville, right?
Yes.
NYC. Okay.
Wonderville NYC, yeah, is the Twitch
Got
stream.
it. Got it.
Peter, if you want to
Now
see
it's
it,
up.
it's twitch.tv, and the account is Wonderville NYC,
Here, I'll
lowercase.
send you the link.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll send you the link.
Um, in fact, let's put it. Let's put it in the chat. Uh, let's see. Where's the podcast? Twitch. I think it's just twitch.tv/Wonderville, right? NYC.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
We gotta
let's
get you a
see.
production assistant.
I think this isn't the ominous crab one.
Yeah, I don't know. He's kind of our social, but he's been so he's up to be.
Be nice.
Crab sounds like a great username.
Oh, it is, and he fits it so well.
Truly.
Somebody says the name, comes in. Yes. So good, man.
Like a weird cross between Zoidberg and one of those Murloc things from
Yes.
what's it called?
World of Warcraft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I
Exactly.
have fallen very far. So you can see here I've got all the names of the cast members that I can just drop in there at any point.
Lovely.
I didn't know Peter's name until just now, so I just had to type it in. So let's see. I can do this and that. And Goggin Square. I don't see her yet. Here's a
Thought you.
here I don't see that because
Oh.
I've got this full. I'm up now, and you guys can hear that music, right?
I cannot.
No.
You can't. Oh, huh.
Wait, are you talking about in the Twitch stream?
Oh yeah, it would be in the Twitch stream.
Because I have
only.
mine. Yeah,
Yeah.
I have mine
Yeah,
muted.
Yeah, so if
there
you
we go. Let's unmute that.
yeah, you might. Well, I guess if you listen to only the Twitch stream, then you're gonna have. I think you'll have your audio on a delay, and it's gonna sound weird. So you probably
Right. That
yeah.
starts really messing me up.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
So you
We'll do
might
that.
not want to. I'm basically just playing back the Mandible Judy soundtrack in the background. So that's just gonna go on a repeat in the background. Okay,
Fair enough.
so let's see. So if I wanted to dial in Peter, I'd hit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And there's Peter.
Really?
And here's Mike.
Oh my God. That is terrifying.
I can change these, by the way. It was really fun to create these. Adam looks pretty actually like Adam.
Yeah, I was about to ask, is that your hairstyle looks like that, please?
Yeah, mine or his?
Yeah, yours.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about mine. It's whoops, 1, 2. Whoops, hang on a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Well, it's curly and wild, but it doesn't. That's the closest I could get. It looks like a bunch of bananas on my head.
That's pretty good, though.
There's Tamara, but she's not here. She may show up.
Not yet.
There's Bonnie if she shows up. See, I've got them all cued to do like a little acting kind of movement thing when I switch to their camera. So you'll notice every time I hit you, Mike, you do the same thing.
Nice. Well, I am a scientist after all.
And here's Clayton. Whoops, that's me again. Hang on. Clayton's hard because he's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What happened? Keep getting me.
Adam. I saw Adam come up.
There he is. There's Clayton. Clayton, you got like a little top hat on. I don't know. I just
well, and presently I just have the beanie because it's chilly down here in
Oh,
Georgia,
okay.
so-
Oh, damn. See, I could have probably found a. I think there's like wool caps and things like you can put on them.
Yeah.
But yeah. And Amanda, none of these really look much like any of us, I suppose.
No.
But
no,
it was
God,
just,
no.
it was fun to do. My favorite is Glenn down in the bottom right there. I put a bag over
With
his
the
head.
bag.
Yeah.
Nice.
I don't know. Some days I am very sock puppety.
Yeah,
I wish that I looked that physically fit.
you do. You look like
seriously.
you look like an '80s, athletics instructor or something.
It was my heyday. The 80s definitely was my heyday. Loved that time.
Same.
But anyway, I mean, the reason I had even asked Peter to join us for this one too is because I mean, I've known him. God, how long have I known you now, Pete? Like 10 years? Has it been that long? Is he lost? Did we lose him?
Pete, you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, there you are.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you guys.
How long?
Yeah, I think I've known you for like 10 years, haven't I?
It's been going on that long. I can't remember how long. Cause let's see. So Jesus, how did we meet?
I think it was that. I think it was that original podcast, or not podcast, the audio drama.
Was it really?
I think it was.
So do you live in
Oh,
California as
really?
well, Pete? Or you,
But I'm in North Carolina, country.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
Okay.
We have never physically met.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
I can say that honestly about everyone in this chat and me. Not
Yep.
any of
Yep,
in,
yep.
in person.
In the flesh,
But I feel like I know
It's,
you.
no doubt.
It's real weird having had the few experiences that I've had with my audio drama and having been fortunate enough to meet a lot of my actors. But beyond that, I mean, yeah, very, very much the same way. Grew up with the internet age. It just is. You've got people who are all over the world. You're gonna meet them, and they're some of your closest friends that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I mean, over the years, if there's anything that I can definitely attribute to Pete is that he has given me a lot of the insight into the DAWs, into the technical work of the studio stuff that has helped me with the engineering side of things.
Nice. Yeah.
Because he's a lot more knowledgeable than I am in that area.
That's very cool. Yeah, it's a whole world. I've been teaching. Well, right now I'm teaching multi-track music production remotely. Of course, we had 2 in-person classes last week and the week before, very socially distanced, but everybody had masks on. I've got my first vaccine shot, so I felt fairly safe going in with masks on, and I love doing it, but God, doing it on Zoom is so difficult, man.
Oh yeah,
It's crazy.
Well, especially because you've no idea what the other side is working with. I mean, you could have all the equipment in the world, and it wouldn't matter if your students don't have it.
Yeah.
right, exactly.
And let me tell you, man, Pro Tools first, No.
Ooh.
And a lot of the
Like,
yeah, a lot of the students, that's really their only option.
Yeah.
And they go, and I just said, look, just do it in Adobe Audition. I'd rather teach two pieces of software than have you using Pro Tools first. So I give them a choice: Adobe Audition, Pro Tools full version, or actually three choices: Logic and Reaper. And
yeah, I use Reaper. Yeah, I love that program.
Reaper's awesome. I like it a lot. Yeah.
I played with Ableton a bit, and was like, well, this is because I have an Akai like little mini mixer, like a 24 30 some odd key mixer.
I've got the same thing.
And I was like,
The little red one.
man,
Oh,
yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
I was planning on putting a lot more work into like maybe this will make it faster to put in
Yeah.
the sound effects for so when we get things creepy. And it's like I open up the program, because I'm just running on Ableton Lite, and was just like, well, great, I should maybe get a class for this, because there's no way I'm figuring this out.
Yeah.
Holy
I
cow.
know that feeling. Oh my god.
My kids are like, Dad, I want to do it. Good luck. Have fun.
Well, YouTube is your friend, man.
Oh yeah, everything is on YouTube.
Yeah, even as a teacher, I go to YouTube every now and then and look something up. I forget how to do something, or they moved a function in Pro Tools, like it's not in the same menu it used to be in, and I say, okay, where is this now? It's so much faster than looking in the manual, Seriously.
Yeah.
Well, and everybody wants to call it, the same thing by a different name, and even in the same DAW, just to prove that their team justified their particular paycheck.
Yeah, I wonder how much of that is trademark and copyright protection. Like if you can't name it, you can't name the tool exactly the same thing. Maybe I always wondered about that, because then they could
even
claim you were copying it.
Oh, for sure. But I mean, you even pop into Audition, right? So you're in Audition, and how many different compressors do you have? And how many different things do they call?
Yeah.
Your hard limiter versus your next thing. You're like, God, just call it the same day. It's the same program. Just call it the same thing.
Yeah.
Alas.
Nope. It can never be that way.
No. And my students get so confused, man.
Yeah. Like that's one of the reasons I think I've always shied away from even messing with Pro Tools in any reason, because every time I've looked at Pro Tools, I look at Pro Tools and I go, this looks like it could be familiar. But then the minute you touch something, everything changes, and you're like, I don't recognize. Screw it.
Okay.
Dump it. Bye.
Never touched it. I only use Audition and Studio One.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like Pro Tools a lot, but go ahead.
Sorry, I mean, everybody. I mean, it's an industry standard, but that's that's the thing. It's just it comes with a lot of baggage with that moniker.
That's right.
For sure.
It's a heavy hitting workhorse. It'll do just about anything you want it to, but the learning curve's pretty steep on it.
Yeah, every single time that I've looked up any type of sound engineering job, just because I get them all the time in emails and stuff, and they're like, required to understand Pro Tools, blah 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 blah. I'm like, well, never mind. There's no way.
That's
like,
funny.
I'm not going to try and walk into that job.
Hearing you guys say this, it surprises me, because I mean, I suppose it really only matters what you learn first, because I learned Pro Tools first, and it seems really easy to me compared to because when I go to other software, it's the same concepts, but you have to learn a different way of doing it.
Exactly.
So that's the thing that's hard, is just translating it from one software to another, I guess.
I think the best analogy I can give is it's a little bit like the different kinds of bikes that are out there.
Yeah.
So if you grew up riding on your BMX, and then you get a mountain bike, or heaven forbid you find yourself in a recumbent bike.
Well, there's also a matter of what's your use case, right? I mean, like for my stuff and for Mike's stuff, I mean, we're doing voice work. We don't need that kind of horsepower. Audition will work just fine for what we're doing.
Sure.
Yep.
Sure.
Audition's great, and there's also some stuff that Audition does that that the others don't do as well, like the noise reduction plugins.
Yes.
Oh my God, yes.
I mean, I really love just the standard noise reduction where you could draw in, the noise signature to get rid of it. You could the famous example is the siren right through the middle of the track, and you can see in the spectral view you can see the siren, and you just draw it and erase it. It's like, wow.
Yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. Like Sing praises, the whole light shines down from the clouds. It's amazing.
Yeah,
like I've never seen it like that on any other program.
The whole
it's getting better and better every year. It's getting better.
Yeah, I tried. Today was the first day that I had one of my actors. They've got, as most of us do, their headphones have the accordion cord, right? This nonsense.
Yeah.
And they were recording remote, and they shifted in their booth, and the thing just rolled right off their desk and made this big long noise. And we didn't catch it until it was in post, and I was like, damn it, that sounds really obvious, and I've got this deadline to deliver it. End of next week, I think it is. So I really don't have time to re-record. Let me try the auto heal. So I went through and I did it, and man, sure enough, cleaned it up so nice.
And I bet you had that same look on your face that we all did, where you're just like, your jaw is dropped, and you're like, oh my God.
Oh yeah,
that was amazing.
Because I use it all the time for like dog barks and stuff like that, but those are all pretty isolated. But for something so abstract as a cord ran off a desk.
Yep.
Man, the AI or whatever machine learning they've crunched on that to be able to apply it, the algorithm is so effing good.
And it was I definitely agree with Peter where just doing voice work, Adobe was perfect. Like everything we needed to do didn't have to be like a huge amount. And most of the time a director,
that was the only problem. Had no
and apparently it's there now.
Yeah.
Anyway, once I started
5 or
actually
6 years late.
Right.
Yeah, right.
Once I actually started doing the actual engineering stuff, like I did a horror podcast a couple of years back, and it was a 6-episode, 20 minutes per episode. Of course, I spent like a month on each one, and I needed something bigger, and so I found Reaper. And Reaper is I absolutely adore that program, but it looks almost identical to Pro Tools in a lot of ways. But I look at Pro Tools, and none of it makes sense.
Yeah, it's just a matter. I mean, the concepts are all the same, right? Compression is compression, EQ is EQ, gates are gates. It's just a matter of figuring out where the
it is
go. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And sometimes you have to do it 10 or 15 times before you really internalize it, because some of it can get pretty complicated. But I like Reaper though. Yeah, I was teaching that. Almost exclusively a year ago, when we first went into lockdown. A lot of my students had Reaper, just so happened that one semester, and it was the free option, so a lot of them went for it. So maybe I'll push that on them next time too. I feel like it deserves that company just kind of deserves to become more of a standard, because it's a good product, and it's they seem to actually care about users. Unlike Avid are just like, they're the worst company, really. When it was DigiDesign, it was not quite so bad, but man, once Avid bought them, it just became like, God, forget it. They really don't care.
Speaking of which, let me sidetrack it for just a second. How much experience do you guys have with Source Connect and all of its various iterations?
I've been using CleanFeed, but I used Source Connect once so far. How about you?
So I haven't at all. And what's interesting to me is that the vast majority of my actors here, and I do kind of a lot of pro bono work with my actors, because the main project that I have as a producer is all on basically best wishes and the love of it and craft and so on. But so as a result, I do a lot of extra work to kind of help out for the actors that I have. Well, a lot of them will go, man, I've got this audition or these sets of whatevers, or my agent says I have to have this thing. Do you have Source Connect in your studio? And I go, no. And I think it's kind of stupid, honestly, because I do all the recording here. Right. I don't need an engineer, or I can remote into your machine and do the engineering there.
Yeah.
But I understand like a reason for it, but I feel like there's so much pay to play that comes with that program.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know how much that is just my own bias or there is a legitimate like use for it. So if anyone here like goes, no, show me the error of my ways. Please show me the error of my ways.
And I've never heard of it before this moment. What is?
No kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you want to run that one, Chris?
No, go ahead. I mean, it's basically IP, recording over IP. So you're basically connecting like on Skype, but it's high quality. It's being recorded in the cloud. You can just do it right in a browser, Chrome specific. Well, at least clean feed has to be done in Chrome. Or you can have the client running, I think. Is that true of Source Connect? You can do it in browser as well, Clayton? Or do you have to have the client app running?
Source Connect Lite, or I think what they're calling Source Connect Go, you can do it fully in browser.
Yeah.
But there's some limitations to that. Same as with, the Zoom feed or the clean feed or any of these things.
Okay.
But when they've got their Source Connect Pro, there's, and this is the one that like they've got the little hardware dongle and the whole thing you have to plug in your machine. It's constantly checking to see it from like a rights management standpoint. That one does local processing, hacks it up into, I think all the way it's a 192 kilohertz, and so much bit depth. I want to say it's 32 bit depth, and the whole like they go pretty far out there, and then they push it up, so you don't have to deal with jitter. You don't have to deal with whatever their connection is locally.
Yeah.
And then they give you the ability to kind of engineer remote. So you can have your director who sits in on and watches like a Skype feed, like you said, watches on the video and can interact. And then you also have your engineer who can have his feed in there and connect in, or her feed, as the case may be, and connect in and do their thing.
Right.
But it ends up giving the producer this quote unquote lossless audio.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's like for their pro feed, it's like $3,000.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And looking at their website.
That's like their subscription, so it's $1,000 a year.
That's ridiculous.
So the pricing plan, they have 3 tiers: Standard, Pro, and Pro X. Standard is $650 perpetual, or $35 a month.
There you go.
And the Pro is $14.95.
Yeah. Not upgrade. So
yeah.
You got to buy the new upgrade when they go.
Yeah, that's $14.95, then $24.90 Pro X, and that one does not have a monthly subscription.
So this is the same thing that you and I have been doing, Chris, over Discord, except that I'm doing the recording and engineering here, and then just sending you the raw.
Exactly. So this way, the people at home don't have. Basically, there's an engineer that's logged into the session that's recording it in the cloud.
Yeah. Okay. And I see what you're saying.
Yeah. So I mean,
they're not having to do anything.
Yeah, we haven't had to do that because everybody that I've hired to do this has their own setup at home. So we haven't had to use Source Connect. But
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but for like clients and things like that, it's been pretty. I'm sure their stock just went through the roof when pandemic hit.
Right.
Jesus Christ.
So I mean, I assume they're a public company.
What kills me though, is there's so much of the actors who get stuck with it. As opposed to like from my point of view, I would go, no, that's a producer's cost.
Yeah.
You want this thing?
Yeah.
You pay for that thing.
Yeah.
Like you cover the cost for your actor.
Yeah.
As opposed to what the industry is now pushing is for the vast majority of these auditions, before you even apply for the audition and get your copy, you have to authorize, yes, I have Source Connect, here's my username, and they'll check you. It's like, well, that sucks. And like you can, as a voice actor, if you have the subscription, you can, and it's like $75 or whatever it is. No, it's $30 per month. to do your basic subscription, and you can pause your subscription. But if you do that 3 times, or sorry, if you do that within like for a 90-day period, past that 90-day period, you have to pay another $75 initiation fee plus your monthly. It's such a
So
racket.
basically, it's just
It's a racket.
It's a greedy racket. Yeah.
Oh, it just pisses me off. I'm like, why? Why? Your voice actors are all starving, you bastard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, you know, I know some code monkeys. I could probably get somebody to put together an interface that works the same way, and we could probably do it a lot cheaper.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. I mean, like I said, I use Google Remote if I want to get into one of my actors' machines.
Right.
We'll do remote-desktop.google.com. Great. You approve me. I log in. I can't touch any of your system preferences. I just work with your DAW. Done.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's ridiculous. You should definitely start a campaign against that shit.
Clearly.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Anyways, Mark jumped in while you were
hey, Mark.
while we were talking.
Hey, Mark.
I don't know if he's actually here because he just turned 20.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, there you are.
Happy birthday, Mark.
Happy birthday.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
Awesome.
I was hoping he was on the. I was hoping he was on the ferry.
Oh no, sorry.
So Peter,
I'm actually on a no ferry list.
Peter, just so you understand what we're talking, and Clayton, Mark is. We had a running gag that Mark was going to basically go like on public transportation and Discord every time we did this, and just kind of report man on the street report
in Jersey.
In New Jersey, exactly.
In Jersey.
Yeah. And he hasn't kept up his part of the bargain, man. I gotta say, you know.
Yeah, what up, man?
Sorry, I don't know what to do.
It's
It's not every day that I'm like, you know, it's like, fuck it. What are you doing? I'm walking to Staten Island for a bit.
I'm walking here.
Walking over here.
Staten Island.
Yeah. He loves that.
Yeah, I wouldn't go to Staten Island unless I had.
I think most New Yorkers would agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give
I lived
me,
out there in White
give me
Plains
Jersey
and
City
Glens
any
Falls.
day.
Yeah. I haven't been to. I've been through Jersey, I think, once, and that was it. It was kind of like a skimming across the pond type of thing, and trying to make sure that I got out okay alive.
Oh, Jersey, so much to answer for.
Yeah.
The Garden State.
The Garden.
Oh my
State.
God. What is
You
a
know, and
garden of? I always wondered that too. What the?
I mean, Jersey's it's a pretty state. It's a really pretty state
It's
once
not
you're
terrible.
out of the industrial stuff.
Yeah, there's a lot of nice things. Northern Jersey, I mean northern, you know, like the very far north of Jersey is actually quite nice near the Water Gap and.
Mark and Nova, can you confirm anywhere in this? And actually, yeah, even Will. All three of these guys are from Jersey.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. So they're typing right now. So
Okay.
if you look in the public broadcast check.
It's industrial wasteland above the Pine Barrens.
I can confirm.
Yeah,
it's
unfortunately, I think the situation fucked all of you. And pardon me if we don't have a.
It's okay.
Nah,
Beep.
Go. You're
Yeah.
good.
I think the situation screwed y'all.
In what sense?
It's all.
Yeah.
Well, because they set the expectation that everyone was covered in Axe and gel and.
Dude, that's
remember.
kind of
Illusions
sure.
have been shattered.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Right. That's hilarious. Oh my God.
Ugh. Jersey Shore. Give me that Jersey Shore.
Oh my
Yeah.
God, I
All-
can't even
all
believe that.
day
How did
long.
that become? How is that reality TV?
Because
I mean,
we love
seriously.
Schadenfreude.
I know.
No.
Man, in my generation, it was Bruce Springsteen and Bon Jovi. That wasn't terrible.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
not compared to the Jersey Shore, anyway.
Right.
And you know what's funny? That TV show, The Jersey Shore, was shot in the town that I grew up in, Seaside Heights. I actually grew up summers in Seaside Park, which is about 20 blocks away from where they shot Jersey Shore, and it was never that horrible. I mean, the worst things I would say about Seaside Heights, New Jersey, is that there's state troopers all over the boardwalk, and they just look for any reason to bust you. and they're just all over the kids, and they're like, don't even think about drugs while you're there, because they will find you, they will bust you, you are screwed. So hopefully it's different now.
Is that a marijuana cigarette I see there?
Exactly. Yeah, it's hilarious. I have a great story.
Man.
I worked on a Bon.
Go ahead.
Real quick story. I worked on a Bon Jovi music video when I was just out of college. This would have been the '80s. And
which one?
I can never remember the name of the song. It's if you know their videos, it's shot on the boardwalk in Seaside Heights.
That wasn't Six String. What was that one called? Because you and I grew up in the same era, and I've seen Bon Jovi in concert back then, and
yeah,
I think it was like 87.
Yeah, I could find it on YouTube probably, but I found it once and I tried to remember the name, and of course I've forgotten since. But
was it a ballad or was it a rock song? How about that?
I don't know. Probably a rock song. I think it was a rock song because it was pretty moving because I remember the way he was kind of dancing. But the director was a notorious coke fiend. Martin Kahan, his name was, really bad coke fiend, and he took John Bon Jovi aside after every take, and they talked about okay, we're going to try this time, move like this. It's just basically like choreography pretty much, because there's obviously no recorded dialogue in a music video, and he's lip syncing. So he had play it back on a boombox, and he's lip syncing to it, and the camera's moving and all that stuff. And it's right on the boardwalk in the middle of Seaside Heights, where there's crowds all around them, us, and like watching the whole thing. And so in between takes, the director goes over to how there's a fence that overlooks the beach on the boardwalk. Like there's the boardwalk and there's a fence on it, at the edge of it. So he walks over to the fence and faces the ocean, snorts a line of coke, comes back, talks to Bon Jovi. They do another take. So this plainclothes cop had been watching him and just kept seeing him do this, got into his vantage point so he could see that he definitely was snorting coke. And he went over and threw the handcuffs on him and busted him. The whole production was shut down.
Man.
Yeah, it was just like, oh, dude, really? Wow. How much money did you just waste, you idiot?
Yeah. You totally reminded me. There was a New Year's Eve gig. I worked at like a house sound. It was like early in my career. Mm-hmm. And it was up in Portland, Maine. Oh, and... Yeah. Mm-hmm. We did. I worked with the Wailers right after Bob Marley died, and Concrete Blonde came through there. Bunch of just starting or just finishing bands, one or the other. And we had this New Year's Eve gig. He booked some country